Please begin, sir. Gaurav sir, start.
Yes, we
Bindi
can
ma'am?
start now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon.
हाँ मैम,
Yes,
सारे
good
क्लियर।
afternoon, everyone. I welcome respected principal, head of the departments, to the webinar conducted by Mechanical Engineering Department. And our guest of honor is Shri Chinmay Natu sir. He is proprietor of Maruti International since 15 years. He has dedicated and worked so hard that he has reached pinnacle of success in short span of 15 years. He is dealing with EDM machines, CNC machines. He is manufacturing each and every component from the scratch, and I am happy to tell you that he is our alumni of Parul University. He has completed his EC engineering, electronics engineering from Parul University, and he was awarded as the best alumni in 2016, most dedicated and helpful alumni of Parul University. He has inaugurated the alumni cell in 2016 with us. So I'm very happy to welcome Mr. Chinmay Natu for
Thank
to
you, madam.
conduct webinar, and I
Thank you.
also really appreciate his efforts today, that though it is a public holiday festival, still he has made extra efforts for our students to give share his knowledge with us. So welcome you once again, and thank you so
Thank you,
much.
madam. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, friends, my name is Chinmay Raghunath Natu. I have completed my diploma IC engineering in Parul University. Now it was institute at that time. University in 2010. Before that, I was in the ITI. I have completed my electrician course in the ITI. Then I got a pre-seat in diploma. Then I pursued for the diploma. I finished the diploma. Then I joined my business. Over the years, we have developed so many things. Today, I thank all my teachers and madams and sirs who given me opportunity to speak about the topic which they offered me, the industrial transformer. I'm very much thankful to them. So Gaurav sir, should I start now?
Yes sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, friends, uh, today my topic is to talk with you is about the industrial transformer. Transformer itself, it's a very interesting element in electrical thing. If you see, everything has to transform from one to another, it irrespective of electrical or mechanical or anything, but transformation is there. But when we are talking about the electrical, there is a transformer comes in the picture. Which type? There are three, four types in that. I will show you the slides for that, but first I will explain a little about that. The transformer was designed to step down and step up the voltage according to our requirements. Now, why this all has come to the picture? Because the substation, the electricity substation, produce the voltage which we cannot use directly to our home or to the factory. We have to step down that or step up that also for the few requirements. So we do the step down, that known as a step down transformer, and where we step up, that is known as a step up transformer. Now I will show you the some PPT. Just hold on. As you can see on the screen, a transformer is a static device. As I explained, the word of transformer comes from the transform. So in AC, it always works on AC. Transformer doesn't work on a DC. That is a different chapter why it doesn't work on a DC. There are two types, as you can see, step up and step down. The working of transformer is very simple. Basically, there is a coil. The cores are there, which are combined together, and they are laminated into the we say in a, what we say, in a varnish, we call it a varnish. In a varnish, they are laminated in the varnish, which is highly dielectric, and we put a copper wire upon that. There is a primary and there is a secondary. When we give AC voltage to the primary, it induces the flux which convert to the secondary, and we get the voltage according to our requirement. Now, the easiest way to understand a transformer is something like this. I am sure nobody has explained you this way before, which I am explaining to you right now. Something is transform is like a, there are two types, mutual induction and self induction. Mutual induction is something like that. In simple way, if we say, if someone is getting angry, if I'm getting angry, and I just keep my anger inside me, I don't express my anger to anyone, the anger may be, the level of anger may be, it's irrespectable, but I'm getting angry, but I'm not transferring that anger to anyone. So that is a self induction. I keep anger in myself only. When the person is sitting beside me, and when I look at him, he can read my anger and he also get angry on me. But we are not talking to anyone, but there is a air gap. But the anger is get transferred from me to him. So that is a mutual induction. Irrespective, might be he's getting more angry than me. If he gets more angry than me, that is a step up transformer, easy hit. And if he gets lesser angry than me, that is a step down transformer, very easy to understand. As shown is in that previous picture, you can see here, you can see the windings is there. The winding in the transformer is a very important thing, because it has to be the copper, it has to have a very good conductivity. We cannot use galvanize in that. We cannot use any another metal rather than the copper. Of course, we can use silver, we can use gold, but the cost what manufacturing will go, that is sky high. So we are using the electrostatic copper in that. Transformer construction, yeah. Classification of the transformer. First is as per the phase. As we are aware, there are two types of electricity phases in India. First is a single phase, second is a three phase. Second, as per the core. First, core type and shell type. Third, as per cooling system, self-cooled, air-cooled and oil-cooled. Now, core type transformer. Core type means, as we can see over there, in a core type transformer, the winding are giving to a considerable part to the core. The coil use this transformer for form wound array are cylindrical types. In simple type, there is a core, as you can see in the picture. This core can be any type. As you can see in the picture, it is kind right now it's a square. Sometimes it's oval also. It's you can see half round also. E type also, it doesn't matter. So we wound the two coils over there, round coils over there. First you can see in the left side, second you can see in the right side. Usually in normal case, we use this for a LV and HV. We call it as a line transformer and current transformer. Most of the time, this looks like this. If you see this, there are two cores and there are two windings. One is at left side, one is at right side, something like this. Another is a shell type transformer. Now, the shell type transformer is something like, there is a shell and there is input and output. As the word is speak like that, shell, it means there is a square shell which is binded with a silicon steel, and you can see there is a one input and one output. Most of the time this kind of transformer is used for single phase, not a polyphase or not for a three phase. There is a voltage in and voltage out, irrespective of step down and step up. When I finish this all slide, I will explain something more about the transformer. So I will just quickly finish this whole slide to just make you guys understand what is exactly a transformer is. Then we will talk about the industrial transformer. As I explained, here few types of shells are there. As you can see, this is the rectangular. There is a one with the shell type transfer distributed form. This mostly used for industrial transfer as we see HV and LV, the star data transfer. This kind of coils we use there. Now, the classification based on the cooling system. First, oil filled and self cooled transformer. Second, oil filled water cooled transformer. Third is a air blast type transformer. Now, as the first you can see oil filled self cooled type. It means if we can all read this whatever writing there written there, but I will explain you in a simple way. Oil filled self cooled transformer is something like that. When there is a high voltage transmitting transformer, they submerge whole that coil and whole that stepping to the oil, which gives the cooling for the transformer for the overheating purpose. Because you see, when there is a high voltage, it creates a huge amount of a magnetic field. When there is a huge amount of magnetic field, there is of course a eddy current and hysteresis losses. When there is a eddy current, the transformer get heated. If transformer get more heated, we will not get the efficacy of the transformer. So this cooling system is widely used for the cooling the transformer. Second is a oil filled water cooled transformer. This we see normally when we are passing from the road, we see right and left, there is a transformer which is hanging on the H type pole. Most of the types of this oil filled water cooled transformer. In this, there is a transformer which is having the oil also and the water also. Oil which is mostly submerged, and oil have kept in that area where the coil is submerged, and water is there where the fins are. If you see on the transfer calipuri, there is a fins, the water is passing from that area to cool the transformer. Second is a air blast type transformer. This type of transformer in India we use very rare. If you go abroad, they use this type transformer, air blast type transformer. It means that the design of transformer itself, it exposed to the air, and it get cooled by naturally, as well there is a fans also. But due to the weather of India, this is not suitable for our country. Even one another type also, the powder type transfer, which is not here, which is very much latest. They use a powder instead of the oil and water and air. The powder is very much effective in this. As you can see, there is a single phase transformer. In the single phase transformer, there should be only a couple of windings. First in, second is out. Always two windings is there. In the three phase transformer, there are three ins and three outs. RYB and out is RYB. It can be a star delta or delta delta or star star. I will explain later what is the use of this all. As you can see, the ideal transformer. The ideal transformer is a transformer which has no losses. Its a winding has ohmic resistance, no magnetic leakage. Therefore, the no I square R core losses. This is a something like a dream. This transformer cannot be made because when there is a things are together assemble, there is a losses. So in every transformer, there is a losses. There are the losses like eddy current, hysteresis loss, magnetic leakage, resistance losses. But the ideal transformer, definition of ideal transformer, there should be no losses. The efficacy of the transformer should be the maximum. Right now in India, we are getting efficacy about let's say how much, 80 to 90% we call this as a very good transformer. Not more than that we are getting. Here you can see the efficacy. Just hold on, just something for it. Yes, now it is okay. Efficacy, these are the efficacy output upon input into the 100%, you will get the output for it. Here it is a 0.9, I mean the 90% on full load. This is the ideal. The highest efficacy is 90%. Beyond that, there is no efficacy right now. Okay. Okay. Now, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Now, I want to stop screening. Screen is visible or no? I'm visible.
No, sir. Screen is not visible.
Okay, I'm visible now. Correct? Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, guys, I have explained you more or less about the transformer. Now, why the industrial transformer comes to the picture? Let me explain you something. When there are big factories, they have a big electrical consumption, not like a house consumption or not like a commercial consumptions. They receive voltage from the I mean the transmission line, that is a 132 kV, 1 lakh 32,000 voltage or 66,000 voltage. They cannot use those voltage directly to the factory. They have to step down that. For that, we need an industrial transformer. There are types of industrial transformer. I will just explain. First, which only step downs the voltage. It doesn't do anything. Whatever the voltage is, they step down it. If the rated is 66 by 440 volt AC, it will just step down according to the input. Secondly, another transformer is used to create a neutral. This is very typical question. Most of the engineers doesn't know from where neutral comes from. Let me explain you guys something from where the neutral comes from. In this industrial transformer have a big role in that. When the voltage comes from the substation, in the primary sector there is a delta winding, as I explained in the previous slide. There is a delta winding, and on the secondary there is a star winding. We all know what is a star winding and what is a delta winding. In star winding, we connect all nodes to the single point, and the output we get on the other side. Where we connect this star point, the call is a star point. We ground that star point in the ground, like earthing we do, and another point we get from the another same pit, that is known as a earth.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yes.
Hello, sir. Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
My screen is not visible. My voice is visible. I mean audible.
Yes,
Just
sir.
hold
You are
on.
audible, but your screen is not visible.
You cannot hear me right now. Just hold on. Can you see me now? Just wait. Now? Hello. Now?
No, sir. You only your
Voice is not.
but your voice and images.
Just hold on.
Your present is not visible, sir.
My present
Okay.
is not visible there. Huh?
Now, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. That slide is not visible here right now. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait.
Now it's visible, sir.
It's visible, huh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just hold on. I guess there was some problem with this. Just hold on.
Now it's visible, sir.
Okay, it's visible, huh? Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
thank you. I already given you the introduction of the transformer. As you can see, okay, where I was talking about the industrial transformer. So let me show you the picture of the industrial transformer. Where it is. Hold on, sir. I missed out that. It's an issue. I'm just finding that. Till that, I will just explain here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. No problem. I think have some issue in that. No problem. I'll explain here. It will be better if I explain rather than watching that. Okay. Now, when we have the voltage from the substation, those are 66 kV or 132 kV. this is very high according to our requirements. So what we do is we have to step down those voltage. When we step down those voltage according to our requirement, then only we can use that. Here this transformer comes in the picture. Hello, hello, hello. Here this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here it was paused, so I thought some problem is there. So here this transformer comes.
No, sir.
Thank you. Here this transformer comes into the picture. What happens is when we step down the voltage, after when we switch off the transformer, there is a, due to the heavy input voltage, there is still so much voltage which is lying in the transformer as a magnetic field. We ground that voltage from the star point of the transformer. We ground that voltage for the neutralization of transformer. When we neutralize that voltage, and then another lead which we get from the output, that we known as a neutral, and another part of that known as a earthing. Most of the engineers are very much confused about the neutral and earthing. Those come from the same, but neutral comes via electricity and via meter to our factory or our home, and the earthing doesn't go to the meter, it directly comes from the earth to the our home. Nowadays industrial transformer has reached the another segment. Only they don't do the step down, they see what is the requirement of the step down, as in if we receive the voltage is the 66,000 voltage and we have set the 440 voltage. If the voltage goes up like say 67,000, in previously what was happening when we do a typical industrial transformer, if input is 66,000 voltage and we have the output, we have designed the transformer accordingly, we will it will give you 440 voltage. If the voltage goes high, input goes high. Nowadays we have something called an auto transformer which stabilize the voltage. It is something similar the stabilizer which we are using currently at our home. It is almost a similar, but the function is something another. I will explain. When the voltage comes from the substation, those are 66 and output is 440. If due to some reason voltage gets high and output also get high, it will harm all our machines and everything, we will get damaged. So here the auto transformer comes into the picture. They manage the output voltage irrespective of input voltage. This we known as an industrial transformer, or right now we known as a servo stabilizer also. In the transformer there are few things which is very much important. First is the construction of transformer. In that, which type of transformer it is, like air cooled or water cooled or the oil cooled. Normally in the industry we use oil cooled transformer only due to the heavy voltages. Second is oil cooled, water cooled, which I explained earlier. In industrial transformer also there are three types: air cooled, water cooled, and oil cooled. In transformer, every time when we see the transformer, we will see the something is hanging blue color, we call as a breather, which gives the transformer the breath inside and allows the oil to get cool naturally. If you see the transformer carefully when you are driving on the road, there is something hanging which is orange or violet color, which is breather. Okay, now I will explain you about the transformer output and transformer losses. There is a eddy current loss and there is a hysteresis loss. We will talk about the eddy current loss right now. Eddy current loss is something like when the EMF, electromotive force travels from the conductor, the resistance of that, the resistance what we say, the characteristics of that particular material have the some resistance. It resists the the EMF through pass through that material. So transformer get heat up. If we use a deviated quality copper or deviated quality cores, eddy current will get so high. if the eddy current will get so high, the transformer will expose. You see, sometimes we hear that the transformer फट गया और आदमी को लगा है. What is that? The core of that transformer has very low quality core and very low quality winding. That's why it has happened. Now most of the guys knows about this theory. Today I will explain something more also about the practical things which usually we don't experiment in the college. Usually we don't see in the books even what I'm going to explain you. Some people have the confusion about that. If we have a step up transformer, okay, I'll just open here what is a step transformer. Just give me half minute. Okay, this is a single phase transfer. I can explain this picture also. Want to use same transformer as a step up, can we use? Yes, we can use. If we can give 24 AC to the secondary side, we will get the 230 volt AC on an output. Now the question is, this is only broadcasting, otherwise I would have asked the question to the students. Now the question is, if this is happening, why there is a design difference for the step up and step down? The design difference is due to the load capacity. You can use the same transformer for step up and step down also, but the load capacity which you have on the 24 volt DC, that only you can put for the 230 volt AC. Same for the step down also. If the transformer is step up, you can use for a step down also. Now people say, when there is a two step up transformer and we have a 24 volt input and output is a 230 volt. Sometimes when doing a practical in our labs or in industry, the transformer get fire up due to the wrong input voltage. What exactly happen in the transformer when we give the wrong input voltage? As you can see in the picture, the primary and the secondary. The primary is a 24 volt and secondary is a 230 volt. If imagine when we are giving a 24 volt, the output is a 230 volt. If we give a 230 volt to a primary, what will be the output of the secondary? It will be in the thousands of voltage. Simply, when there is a 24 is a 230. If we give 230 to the input, the output will be a, let's say, 24,000 volt or something like that. So due to the inertia or eddy current, that transformer get fire. Most of the people don't know why it has fired, but it has fired due to the inertia. Now another interesting thing which I'm going to explain you today, which is not written in a book or which is not in any syllabus. When you pass out your college, when you go to the industry, the transformer is in front of you. There is only two wires coming, two from input and two from output. And if someone asks you, can you just recognize me which side is input or which side is low voltage side and which side is high voltage side, then without connecting, if transformer just lying there, we have to explain. I mean, we have to explain to the person who's asking to us. Then how we'll do it? And if I ask this to somebody will tell me, have you gone mad? Without giving a electrical voltage, how we can know which is higher voltage side and which is lower voltage side? It is very simple. When there is a lower voltage side, the gauge of that wire is very low. It means thickness of wire is very high. If you see carefully, when there is a 440 volt 440 volt output, the wire will be very thick. Other side, when there is a 660 kV, the wire will be very thin. Simply, if you see thick wire, it means the voltage is low. If you see a thin wire, it means that side operating voltage is high. Very simple. In the secondary side, when there is a low voltage, the turn, explain here. Okay, here. In the secondary side, if you see, this is a P and primary located as a P and S located as a secondary. In the P section, you can see there is a more winding and more rounds. In the secondary, you will see only a one. Why it is like that? Because this is a step down transformer. In the input, the voltage should be anything like 66,000 and output is low. But this is a step down transformer for sure. From the diagram, we should come to know which transformer is like that. Because the input, there are many wires, but the thickness of wire is low. But the wire gauge is very high. I mean, the thickness of wire is low. And output, you will see only a one wire rotation, but the thickness of wire will be very high. So this is a step down transformer. Now, the core which we use in this, just hold on, I'll go for the core section. Yes, you can see the picture of the cores right now. I'll just explain about the core material. We use most of the time a silicon steel in this. Why silicon steel? Because silicon steel have the capability to transfer more the conductivity is more higher than another metals. If we use iron, they have the hysteresis losses and eddy current losses also. But in silicon steel, it is a alloy material, not exactly a steel. It's called as a silicon steel because it has to be a protective from the rust also. So it is known as a silicon steel. It has the good characteristics of transforming the voltage from here to there. Actually, silicon steel actually on the coil we put one coil at primary, second coil at secondary. The silicon steel itself get very heated when we give the voltage. If there is any another metal, it can create a very big resistance. So silicon steel is very good in that. Now Gaurav sir, hello.
Yes, sir.
We don't have a.
Yes, sir.
We don't have a. Just let me stop. Okay. Now we don't have a conversation with any students or something like that.
So conversation is last 5 to 10 minutes in
Okay.
between students and expertise.
Okay, we can start
Last
right
5
now
minutes.
also. I have explained almost what I have to explain about the industrial transformer. As I know, these are the diploma third semester students. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Third semester and also fifth semester student.
Fifth semester is also there. I would have bought another
Yes.
slide, which is
Yes,
in
sir.
very deep. I thought only third semester.
No. So third semester and fifth semester also.
Okay, you can connect with them right now. No problem. You can. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You can connect me with them right now. No problem. I have already explained what I have go to explain.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Session is continuous, sir. If any question
Hello.
from student side,
Yes, sir.
I will share to you, sir.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. No, I thought now you will allow students. Okay, okay, okay. I thought now you will allow them to ask or something like that. Okay, okay, no
Now,
problem.
now, sir,
Now
I
we
will
are
allow
talking about
near
the.
about three.
No problem. I'll just explain further.
Oh, okay, sir.
In an industry, there is another transformer which is hello. Yes,
No, sir. You can continue.
transformer, especially the industrial transformer. Yes, okay, okay. If you see, fortunately in Vadodara, there are so many companies who are manufacturing the industrial transformer. There is a big gigantic company known as ABB, Siemens, Voltam, Schneider. There are so many companies. So I request all you students, when you get time or when you are free, just visit those companies. You will come to know what is the construction of the transformer, because you see in this mechanical part also, like the construction of transformer has to be made on which a specific sheets, MS sheets, has to be with a specific weldings, has to be a leakage proof. That is the most big criteria in this, leakage proof. If there is a leakage in the transformer, it will leak all oil from the transformer, and transformer got exposed in a very short time, like say within 1 week it will get exposed. So for the mechanical students, I will say they should go to the these factories and see how this transfer made of. There has to be process. They bought the MS sheets, they cut, they band, all happened on the CNC machines. If you go and see, all happened on the CNC machines. This MS grade which they are using for the manufacturing of the transfer, this also has to be a specific. It is not like that they just go to the market and buy the MS sheet and they make. No, the welding is very crucial in that. The welding is it has to be very precise and very good quality. Otherwise, it can create a big issues when you go to the field. It will create a big issues. We will discuss further about the transformers. If you see, transformer is a very wide applications, from the radio to a space shuttle. Everywhere we use a transformer, because transformer have to be there to step down the voltage and step up the voltage. Nowadays, instead of transformer, we are using SMPS, switchboard power, the new generation. I mean, we are using a switchboard power supplies for the you can say for the 200 volt or 300 volt. We for the single phase, most we are using the switchboard power supply instead of using only transformers, because in the transformer there is a one big problem. When they step down the voltage or step up the voltage, they cannot control the power factor, which is very much important for the any industry. If they cannot control the power factor, they may harm to the load balance of the electricity company. So there is a capacitor bank nowadays, which controls the power factor. Nowadays, they have gone the more further. Not only the capacitor bank, there is intelligent systems which distribute the which shows you how should you distribute the voltage. It is a capacitive, resistance, inductive. So it allows you or give the indication how the load should be segregated, phase-wise phase, something like this. If this load is not segregated, what will happen? For the transformer, the load will come to the single coil. When the load comes to the single coil, another issue will be created. Again, the power factor will go low. If the power factor will go low, your electricity will be, I mean, it will be very high. The GB will having a problem for the load distribution. Everything will be messed up. For the in the transformer, this is very big problem. They cannot control a power factor. They can only give the voltage according to the design. That's it. That's all. Today we have discussed about the transformers. Gaurav sir,
Yes, sir.
I have already, it is 3:10. I have prepared for the 40-45 minutes. I thought 15-20 minutes student will ask me something like that.
Okay, sir. I will ask two students. We will go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder, please be sure to hope your questions to my number 99742 If you have any question, then send it to me. So just wait 2 to 4 minutes, sir.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Okay, sir.
And sorry, I have not prepared a well PPT as I was yesterday very busy in the office due to some reason.
No problem, sir.
Next time I will prepare a very good PPT for this, which student usually like to see the colorful ones and something like that.
Definitely, sir.
I believe in this session there should be interaction with the students. Then it can be interesting.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know whether they are there or not today.
Sir, there is a question problem. Which
Okay.
type of safety we require when we use with transformer? Which type of safety?
Can you please type in the chat box? Your voice is little breaking.
1 minute, one minute, sir.
Which type safety what? I just hear a safety word. Which type of safety required when we use a transformer? Okay. Which type of safety?
And from
Okay.
student.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. I got it. Okay. Which type of safety we should use when we are using the transformer? Okay. Now, safety. Very good question. Actually, this is transformer. If there are two kind of transformers, so safety level is different. If you are using a small transformer which is only produce a 24-volt AC, then there should be no much safety. You should use just a either insulated shoes. You should use a insulated gloves, something like that. But when we are talking about the HV transformer, high voltage transformer, there is, we have to use a face use many safety precautions, something like that. When high voltage are coming to the primary, and voltage converter to the secondary, step down, everything we know. If supply, we cut off the supplies of the also after the few minutes or few hours also there is a induction field is there. If someone go and climb the pole and try to connect the transformer nodes, I'm very much sure it will be a very much big disaster for that guy. So when we are going for such a things, or we are going for maintenance for such a things, just ground the voltage from the secondary part of the transformer from the star connection, check the voltage between the earth and the transformer coil, and then you should go for the maintenance. And yes, we should always use the safety shoes, and insulated should always use proper tool to open the transformer. You should not use jugaad wala tools, otherwise it can create a big issues. Thank you.
Okay, sir. There is one question from student side. What is the simple meaning by transformer?
What is the simple meaning by transformer? The simple meaning
Transformer.
is, yeah, the simple meaning what we are having right now. You can see me, you are sitting at home, this is a transformation. Simple meaning, the input comes and output goes. There is no connection between two, but one energy transfer for the another. This is a simple meaning of transformer, irrespective of any material. If we are talking about electrical, then the magnetic fields comes on the picture.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chinmay sir. We will go ahead and thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much, sir,
Thank you, sir.
for sparing your valuable time. Thanks again for joining
Thank you, sir.
us
Thank you.
today, and we will see you next time. Have a good day to all of
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you
Should
so
I
much, sir.
disconnect now?
Yes, sir. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Jiten sir, Bridges sir. Bridges sir, Jiten sir. Hello. Jiten sir, Bridges sir.
Hello. हाँ sir.
Yes, sir. Now, sir, session is completed, sir.
Okay. So all can leave.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
sir.
sir.